could you advise on how to deal with negative secret emails about you? Oh, interesting. I happened to discover one sent on me and was utterly shocked. Any advice, please? Wow. I've never got a question like that. I love it. Thank you. So when you work for other people and in a big company, you got to keep your cards close to your chest. Think of it like a poker game. Never let anyone know what you're thinking unless they're really good friends of yours. There's a lot of backstabbing that goes on, and a lot of times people that rise through the ranks in big bureaucratic companies don't do so because they're great at their job. They're just very political, and that's one of the reasons why I hated big business and I got out of that racket. I hated it. I hated it. And I hated going to the corporate picnic every year, which I would call forced family fun. I hated it. I hated getting into elevators and, a senior person was there and I'd really think 3 times about what to say, and then I'd say something, and then after the elevator ride, I'd think to myself, did I say the right thing? Was that right? Did I help my career? I hated not being me. I hated that. And one thing I'll say, and I'm sorry that you're going through this with people writing the negative emails about you, but the positive, and I'm such a glass half full positive person, a little bit naively positive, I am sometimes, to be honest. The positive about that is that it'll make you frustrated. And frustration is a good thing, it's a healthy thing. Because frustration forces you to think about quitting and starting your own company. And I want you to start your own company on the side. I want you to start many companies on the side. And then when one works, then I want you to quit. That's something I've been doing for many people I've worked for in the past. I won't name which ones, but I've done that a lot. I want you to start your own companies, okay? And if you're worried that people at work are going to find out about that, or because everything is indexed browser-wise, then what you can do is get your own personal phone. Don't use a work phone ever, okay? If they give it to you, use it, but get a personal phone as well. And on your personal phone, you have a Wi-Fi network you can set up, okay, so that you could surf the web from work. That's right. If you have to work through dinner hour, and FaceTime is an issue, and it's total bullshit just to be there for FaceTime reasons. But I want you to hook up to your own personal Wi-Fi network, and I want you to write your business plan. And I want you to keep doing this till you come up with something that works. Then I want you to quit your job. And that frustration you're feeling by those jerks that are writing those emails about you that you saw, again, the positive is that it'll force you to, move outside your comfort zone and start your own company. In many years, you'll look back and you'll think to yourself, maybe I'm grateful that happened. And one thing I'll say, and this will really help you deal with criticism, and everybody on this call. Unjustified criticism is nothing more than a disguised compliment. And so when I get criticized unfairly, I think to myself, thank you for the compliment. Thank you for that compliment. And the more successful you become, the more people will criticize you. Okay? And I want you to just take a step back and see the forest from the trees and understand that people are always going to be jealous of your accomplishments. And that's a compliment. So thank you for that compliment is what I want you to tell yourself in your head. So it sounds like it's a rough political environment to be in. I hope that you can leave that company or start your own company. And again, I'm sorry you're going through that whole process of all those negative emails. Ridiculous. But the positive is that you might be frustrated enough to leave and get a better job, or more importantly, to live your life on your own terms by creating your own business model and your own corporate culture. And in your own corporate culture, you'll treat people better. Like I remember when I worked at Accenture years ago, in Toronto actually, and there was this one partner, I'll never name him, but he was from the Orange County office, and the client side at the time was Manulife. We were working on the merger of Manulife and Confederation Life, which declared bankruptcy back then. And this one partner was a real jerk to me. And it was late one night, and he asked me to print a database report. And I tried hard to do it. I couldn't do it. I tried. And I went to him, I said, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it. And he goes, it's because you're incompetent. And then he turned around and he walked away. And I remember at that time how frustrated I was. And there's a TV show on TV then called Melrose Place. And D&D Advertising was this cutthroat company there. And I thought to myself, this is not D&D Advertising. And I was hurt. But in hindsight, I'm so glad that happened because it motivated me to get the hell out of there and start my own company. And so hopefully you can also channel your frustration into a powerful weapon and start your own company so you can live your life on your terms. I'm glad that happened to me in hindsight. I'm glad that jerk did that to me, because it forced me to get out of the hairball, big bureaucratic environment of working for somebody else. When you're not getting paid for, making the firm money, you're getting paid for being political. It forced me to get outside my comfort zone and take a risk and start my own company, which is the best thing I've ever done professionally.